There I go. Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Esha, Shaani's sister.
And I'm Daisy, best friend and second favourite person.
Okay. I can't, it's hard to go after Dad. Okay. I just want to start by saying that not a lot of people can have a perfect sister. Like kind and caring, smart and funny, always making time and effort. And like, so in that sense, Shaani, you're really, really lucky to have me. Anyway, sorry, I can't see. Anyway, being Shaani's younger sister means that I've spent my whole life being her biggest fan and stalker. I wrote borderline stalker. I've been following her around since I could walk, listening to all the songs you were listening to, copying the way you were speaking, the way you were acting, the way she dresses, and the way she does her makeup too. This got to a point where I remember I was genuinely like 9 years old, and I was in my room trying to learn Eminem raps to impress her, which is really embarrassing because I did it and she looked at me like I was actually insane. Anyways, fast forward, I'm 23 and nothing's changed. I'm still copying you, I'm still following you, and I'm still trying to be like you. So it would be cool if John had a twin or something. But I'm joking, please. Okay. I got to grow up with Shaani during her teenage years, right? You guys missed that. So I won't go into detail, but it means I witnessed every meltdown, every personality phase, and like every awful 2000s fashion choice possible.
One of those new phases was starting at the University of East Anglia. Shaani and I were put together in our fresher accommodation, and together we navigated cooking, not very well, hangovers, bad hair dye, very bad hair dye, and new lifelong friendships. We bonded instantly, and soon enough, I was invited to Diwali at the Desai household. Anyone who knows Shaani's family, her wonderful parents, Prem and Anju, her grandparents, her auntie and uncle, her cousins, and of course her sister, know that their generosity truly knows no bounds. From the moment you walk through their door, you're not a guest, you're basically adopted. Anju laid the food out to go from not so spicy to very spicy and guided me very gently to my end of the table. Prem noticed I was useless at charging my phone, so wrapped and gifted me a charger before the weekend was even over. This is a family where kindness isn't just a value, it's a reflex. And it's exactly how Shaani lives her life. So naturally, when it came to finding the right partner, we wondered, who's worthy of all of that? Enter John Seeley. Before John came into Shaani's life, her one and only soulmate was a lovely Labrador called Twix. Now Twix shares her heart with another Labrador, John Seeley. John will find the snacks, no matter where you hide them. He will sleep at a party, maybe not if Esha's there, no matter how noisy it is. He is kind and caring and just wants everybody to be happy. He's someone you can't help but love and who loves Shaani completely unconditionally. But unfortunately, unlike Twix, he wasn't trained by Prem. John, you are calm, thoughtful, kind, a man who watches chess on the TV. A man who somehow finds emotional highs and lows in Test cricket. And a man who is worthy of my wonderful, funny, beautiful best friend. Together you show up for each other and for all of us in the most meaningful and kind ways.
Oh. As much as John's been showing up for Shaani, I like to think I was a practice run. So, because of our age difference, we didn't really get to spend the most time together. You were ready to go to uni by the time I was trying to be your best friend. Luckily, Dad got Twix at that time, so you got replaced quickly anyway. But I'm so glad. Wait, did I miss something? No, I'm so glad that age gap never took away from all of our dance parties, our park dates, our gossip sessions, and our speed walking to the station when we went to school together every morning. Because even though I was just this little chatterbox skipping next to you, and you had this whole big girl life away from me, you still made me feel like you're my best friend in the whole world. Wait. And I know that John's stolen you away. What? Yeah, except PlayStation. I know that John's stolen you away now, but I hope that you'll still call me every time you're walking home by yourself to catch up. Anyways, so John, I love you. I remember the first time you came to our house. I feel like you knew I was going to tell you the story. And you and Shaani walked in with your Starbucks, and I'm sure you were nervous to meet Mum and Dad, but that coffee did not help you. Because before we got to speak to you, you ran straight to the toilet, and we didn't see you for half an hour. A bold first impression, so good job to you. I don't know if Mum and Dad remembered that, so I brought it up just in case. But with that, you came through with your sense of humour, and before we knew it, Mum and Dad were trying to impress you rather than the other way around. Normally, as we get older, life gets more stressful. I wouldn't know. But Shaani's one of the luckiest girls that I know, who's grown into herself and set herself up to be the calmest, happiest, and most chilled person she's ever been. And I truly think that's because of John. So, John, you've been part of this family since the day we met you. But it's definitely been solidified the day we realised that you can communicate with Nani better than I can. So you know to say bus to tell her to stop feeding you, and you know when to change your accent so she understands you better. So congrats and welcome to the family. John, you've brought out the best in Shaani, and Shaani, you've always been my role model. I grew up seeing this smart, funny, strong, gorgeous girl who's also so kind, and I'm just so happy that John gets to love you for the rest of your lives.
So we could go on and on about how special Shaani is, but instead we're going to borrow from someone who knows her even better. When we asked John what he loved most about her, he said, how warm she is, and I don't just mean the ridiculous temperature she reaches lying in bed. Just personality-wise, she's the best person to spend time with, so kind, so nice, gets on with everyone, and she's so fun. But she's no pushover, she's no mug. She's got a fair bit about her, it's the best combination. John, we couldn't agree more. You're her best friend, and now you're one of ours too. We can't wait to see the incredible life you build, and in particular, watch you expand your little family as you inevitably adopt more cats.
Dad told me to end this speech with some advice for you guys, and I don't really think I'm qualified for this, but John, my advice to you is just feed her and make sure she's fed and make sure there's food nearby, and I think you guys will be good. So guys, can you please raise your glass? Oh shit, wait. Can you please raise your glass with us?
To the funniest, kindest, most well-matched couple we know.
To your love, your life, your health, and more holidays so I can stay in your house with your cats.
To more laughter and hopefully better tummies.
Cheers to Shaani. That's it.